Peace, everybody. This is Medicine Man once again. Some couple of things I want to talk to y'all today about. How y'all doing? First of all, how everybody doing? How everything's going for everybody? I'm gonna wait on some people to get on board for a minute. We got one person on board. We're gonna wait on some more people to get on board before we start kicking it today. You know, so there's a couple of topics I want to talk about, but the one I want to talk about today is taking your life back with the power of the ancestors. I think that's very important. We understand how to take our life back. You know, and when we talk about taking our life back, we're generally talking about taking our life back from the elements of life that we have allowed to come into our space, into our life, and disrupt it. Now, for the most part, we as human beings, we allow situations to happen in our life. We allow people to come into our life based on what these people and what these situations can do for us or what they provide for us. This is the way that we make decisions on what comes in and out of our life. Or this is the way that we should make the decision about what comes in and out of our life. Everything or everybody that comes into our life should be judged. And see, a lot of times people don't look at that. They look at, well, I don't judge. Well, in order to preserve your own sanity, in order to preserve your own spiritual well-being, you should judge people's character. Because when you hang around people with bad character and conduct, y'all already know what the old people say, birds of a feather flock together. So when you hang around people with bad character and conduct, when you hang around people that are full of procrastination, when you hang around people that only talk about what they're achieving and their feet don't move towards achieving their goals, when you hang around those type of people, when you invite those type of energies into your life, what's going to happen is you're going to partake in the energy field that you're participating in, because everything generates energy. Everything. People generate energy. Plants generate energy. Minerals generate energy. And yes, even situations generate energy. There is situations that can generate a type of energetic force that can actually extend itself into your future. Karma is one of the examples of that energy field. When you do something in life and it's going to come back, trust me, good or bad, whatever we do in life comes back. The whole objective of this energy field coming back to us is for it to return to us in a good state. So when we hang around people that exert a certain type of energy, we're going to absorb that energy one way or another. Now, we can sit there and say, oh man, it don't affect me, it don't bother me, it don't affect me, it don't bother me. But on a very subtle level, the energies of these people, the energies of these situations, the energies of this person slowly begins to wear on you. So you have one forgotten idea, then it adds up to two forgotten ideas. Then it adds up to three forgotten ideas. Then it adds up to you're supposed to make this investment, or you're supposed to go look for this job. And then something else comes up, something else comes up, something else comes up. And you're blaming it on circumstances when in reality, it's the result, the effect of the energy field that you have been inviting into your life for over the past several months. You see? So sometimes energies, when we allow people with specific energies, when we allow a situation with specific energies to directly affect us, they don't always manifest itself in the beginning. Sometimes it takes days. Sometimes it takes weeks. And other times it takes months. And sometimes even years before the full return of the energy output can return to you. Now, what we do is within that time frame, what we do is while we're waiting on our karma to return, if it's good karma, we add on to it. If it's bad karma, we try to correct it before it comes back to us. And this is one of the many mistakes that people make when dealing with the science of karma. They often do bad things and oh man, it's gonna come back. And we sit there waiting on it to come back, not understanding that we have the power, that we have the ability to redeem ourselves in the universe, to redeem ourselves to our ancestral spirits by correcting the problem that we created. Yes, we are creators. We can create a multitude of beautiful things. We can create a multitude of innovative things and very beautiful ideas. This is what our mind can put forth into the universe. We can create. Yeah, we can do all of that. We also can create destruction for ourselves. Most of the creation of destruction for ourselves is done unknowingly. It's because of bad behavior and not knowing how to socially conduct ourselves that we invoke bad situations to us. The thing is, with the bad karmic reactions that we attract to ourselves, like I said earlier, we don't go into the process of trying to correct it before the karma come back and hit us. And this is why when we get hit by karma, we get hit hard often. You know, it's like when karma comes back to us, it just piles up on us. Boom. Everything hits you at one time. The reason that everything hits you at one time because we live in a culture where when you do something wrong, the general idea is fuck it. Okay? The general idea is I don't care. I did that. Not knowing that the karma is right around the corner and it's going to come right back around, right back to you. Boom. But then the thing is when it comes back around to you, now you're screaming victim. Oh, so-and-so hating on me. Oh, this person don't like me. Oh, this person trying to get me bumped off, knocked off. No, none of that is true. Those people are just vehicles for the energy that you created and summoned back to yourself by exerting negative energy out to the universe. You see? So, that part being said, let's look at, and I have some notes right there that I wrote because when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about it and like, how could I explain to people on how to take their life back with the power of the ancestors? And one of the things that I came up with was, there has to be a very, very, very strong level of commitment. Now, and I know the ladies talk about this all the time. The ladies, y'all very strong on the commitment thing with us men. And for the most part, I'm all for it. I agree that people need to be committed to one another. People need to be committed to families. And people need to be committed to prosperous situations. The ultimate commitment that I'm talking about here is the commitment of self-transformation. You have to be committed to transforming yourself, to transforming your situations, to turning a non-reality for you into a reality. But see, in order to do those kind of things, you got to be persistent with your commitment. Now, what that means, and let's go back to friends, and let's go back to wasted time and wasted opportunity. When we have wasted time and wasted opportunity on our hands, what I mean by saying that is that there are things that are necessary for us to accomplish, and there are things that we want to accomplish. There are things that we have to do, and there are things that we want to do. What happens is we exert so much energy into what we want to do. We exert so much energy and entertainment for ourselves, be it the entertainment of friends, be it the entertainment of associates and family. Sometimes people can actually become a distraction towards you achieving your goal. What that means is sometimes people become a burden. People become emotionally dependent on you. But when people become emotionally dependent on you, then the question is, who are you dependent on? You see? Because emotionally dependent people can become vampiristic. They can become psychic vampires. And not intentionally. It's not intentional that your best friend is sitting there sucking all your psychic energy away from you and your emotional energy by pouring their problems on you. But They're not doing it intentionally, but the whole idea is from there, the whole idea is you're still doing it. And the person that you're pouring all your burdens and your problems on, they have to find a way to get it up off them. And see, this is where commitment comes in. When you're committed to excellence, when you're committed to doing what you're supposed to do, those leisure time activities, all of the time that you spend on the phone running your mouth with your girlfriend per month, I did a experimentation with somebody. And what we did was we examined the amount of time that the young lady actually sat on the phone with her girlfriends for the whole month. And what we came up with was the fact that this young lady, she actually spent over 500 hours a month talking on the phone about love and hip hop, talking on the phone about who go with who, talking on the phone about who baby daddy cheating, the whole nine. But the problem is you spent over 500 hours per month on the phone, reckless, non-productive conversations. Now let's look at that time. What can you do with 500 hours? What can you accomplish with 500 hours? If we were to say, well, you know what? You're going to cut those conversations short with all your girlfriends and your homeboys or whatever. Cut them all short and utilize that time to study for a certification course you could be taking at your job. You see? Because 500 hours a month, hell, it only take about 180 credit hours for almost a college degree. You know what I mean? So it's like the time that we spend in leisure activities, the time that we spend in non-progressive conversations should be utilized towards achieving goals. So the object here is if we put out more time in leisure activities than the time that we put in observing and conquering our goals, then there is something wrong there in your plan of productiveness. Something wrong. And it questions your commitment. The question is, are you committed to entertaining your friends? Are you committed to your social life? Or are you committed to your spiritual life, your spiritual family, and your spiritual well-being? That's the question you have to ask yourself when you put out so much energy into leisure activities. You see? So when we talk about commitment, what we have to do is eliminate vices, eliminate habits, and eliminate unproductive situations in our life. And we'll understand that we free up so much time. Like everybody got that one friend will call you and they will be on the phone 2-3 hours every day. Right? Right. But imagine if you cut that friend down instead of 2-3 hours, 45 minutes a day. You don't have to be rude to your friend. You know what I mean? You got to be nice to your friend. You can't just say, girl, I cut you off. Well, man, I can't rock with you right now on the mission. Sometimes that works, sometimes that don't. You got to be nice to your friends. So cut them short after 45 minutes and utilize the rest of that time and put it towards your goal. Even if it's just a simple research, even if it's just you writing down a couple of lines on your pieces of paper as you strive towards your goal. But you want to put time into your objective every day. You have to feed it like you feed yourself. If you're going to sit there and feed yourself tuna sandwiches, if you're going to sit there and feed yourself Sergeant's dogs, if you're going to sit there and feed yourself McDonald's, like some of y'all are doing, McDonald's, feed yourself McDonald's, then you can take a little bit of time every day to feed yourself your objectives, to feed yourself your accomplishments, to feed yourself your goals and what you're trying to achieve. It's very easy in theory. Now, in practice, it's not, because we have a lot of obstacles in and out of our life on a daily basis that just sometimes we plan one thing and we move towards our goal and something comes and drop right in front of it and totally block us from achieving it. I totally understand it. That's why we have to be multidimensional. A lot of times people online talk about we multidimensional beings. We live in all these different realms and these different worlds, and turn around can't find a girlfriend. Turn around can't maintain a happy home. You know about all these dimensions out there. Every dimension you can name. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth dimension. You know every level of all those dimensions. But your social life is corrupted. Why? Because it's simply the application of commitment. Once you're committed to achieving a goal, you stick to it. Sticking to your commitment is called perseverance. You have to persevere. That means whatever come up in your path, you got to fight through it. Whatever come up, you got to fight through it. You can't let go. You got to say, man, I'm going to get this job. If it's the last thing I do. I might not get this job, but by the end of the month, I'm going to have me a job. I'm going to take it. Once you generate that kind of energy within your own self and you use your feet to manifest that energy. When I say use your feet, that means you get out here and you network. That means you get out here and you go and build your skill set. You see, if you know you're an electrician and you haven't been to electrician school to get any updates on the electrician school and electrician laws and stuff, you need to go get an update. Take yourself to the next level. That's how we use our ancestral powers to restore ourselves to balance. As we use the intelligence that our ancestors give us, we use the wisdom that they explain to us in our minds and our consciousness towards the best elements of living, the best elements of culture, the best elements of life. We have to utilize that. But see, people ask me, well, how do we utilize ancestral wisdom? We utilize ancestral wisdom. We utilize ancestral wisdom by looking at the best elements that our ancestors left for us in history. We look at the best that they left for us. We don't look at the worst. We look at only the best elements that they left for us historically. And we extract the best elements from our ancestral heritage. And then we compile those best elements, and then we apply those best elements to our life today to advance ourselves towards self-transformation and to be able to utilize the power that our ancestors gave us to be able to transform ourselves for better life and productivity. Okay? This medicine man and I ain't hanging out long with y'all. Peace. Y'all already know how we do.